Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David. I've been searching the interzones for more science, space and tech news to share with you. And I came across this at livescience.com. Yes, this is Unbreakable quantum communication close to reality thanks to new exceptionally bright photons. This should be interesting. Let's have a look here. If it's what I think it is, oh, there's another one that's been predicted. Scientists build a new light source for quantum communications by combining existing technologies together to create a stronger and more robust quantum signal. This is absolutely fascinating. Look at this. This little picture here. A future quantum internet beam could beam data at much longer distances than previously thought possible, thanks to an exceptionally bright light source made by combining existing technologies in a new way. I'll hold my thoughts and see if I'm right. Scientists have created an exceptionally bright light source that can generate quantum entangled photons or particles of light, which could be used to securely transmit data in a future high-speed quantum communications network. A future quantum internet could transmit information using pairs of entangled photons, meaning the particles share information over time and space regardless of distance. Based on the weird laws of quantum mechanics, information encoded into these entangled photons can be transferred at high speeds, while their quantum coherence, a state at which the particles are entangled, ensures the data cannot be intercepted. Now, as usual, I'll leave the links to the main article below the video, so you can pop in, check out the embedded links, go for a bit of a deeper dive if you like. Makes for a very interesting read, believe me, beyond the main article. I'm thinking it's another prediction of Star Trek. Now, the flip phone, which was the communicator in the original series, and then, of course, video calling and tablets, which now we use every day and don't think about it. And what was the other one? Yes, 3D printing. The classic Star Trek replicator. While it's still on the primitive level, we've gone past flip phones now, and we use tablets every day and video chatting and all this sort of stuff, video conferencing. And this could be the next level, communications over vast distances. So I'm wondering are there any astrophysicists, communications, quantum physicists, engineers out there who know more about science than I do? Not a scientist at all. Could this be used for instantaneous communications to a base on Mars instead of having to wait the required time for signals to come back and forth? It's a thought. Interesting indeed. But one of the key challenges in building a quantum internet has been that the strength of these photons can fade the further they travel. The light sources have not been bright enough. To build a successful quantum internet that can send data over vast distances, photons must be strong enough to prevent decoherence, where entanglement is lost and the information they contain disappears. Yeah, knowing us, we'll get it right. And we'll have high-speed communications via the interzones on our first landings on Mars, and the first thing that comes up is the astronaut says, "Clear my browser history for God's sake, NASA's going to be watching this." There'll be little OnlyFans jokes in there. Shut up, David. That'll be the first thing it'll be used for, guarantee it. And look what VHS tapes were used for. I think they were the first tapes that could go for an hour and take a whole movie or something. And then the internet first started when it was all private, so people could look up naughty things in their own home. It's quite fascinating, isn't it? That's what the first space internet will be used for, guarantee it. Hi, this is NASA and we're live. You're broadcasting to the world. Can you please put your spacesuit back on, especially the bottom half? Fascinating. In research published 24 July in the journal eLight, scientists from Europe, Asia and South America created a new type of quantum signal source using existing technologies that achieves extremely high brightness. Interesting. They achieve this by combining a photon dot emitter, a generator of single photons, or a particle of light, with a quantum resonator, a device to strengthen the quantum signature to create the powerful new quantum signal. Now, what makes the recent research especially interesting is that the individual technologies have been independently proven in laboratories, but they had only been tested separately. This study is the first time they have been used in conjunction with each other. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Researchers combined the photon dot emitter with a circular Bragg resonator, a reflector used to guide electromagnetic waves, on a piezoelectric actuator, a device that generates electricity when a heat or stress is applied. Together they created an enhanced form of photon emitter, which can fine-tune the emitted photons for maximum polarized entanglement. This was controlled by using the piezoelectric actuator. This, of course, would be able to help us, particularly with Wi-Fi and 5G internet too, I'm thinking. That's, again, let me know. If there's any ICT guys out there or physicists, please let me know if that's possible, or this is the first stage to it. It's exciting, isn't it? Yes. Only Mars. Stop it, David. Photon pairs generated by the device had a high entanglement fidelity and extraction efficiency, meaning that each proton is bright enough to be useful and holds its quantum signature, a useful quantum property, well. It was previously hard to achieve both a useful level of brightness and a high entanglement fidelity at the same time, because each aspect required a different technology, and these were difficult to combine in a scalable manner. Now, this is a significant step forward in developing practical quantum technologies, demonstrating how they can be combined together to create a more powerful and viable light source. This is fascinating. Unfortunately, we should not expect a quantum internet anytime soon, as the various technologies remain in the experimental and developmental phase. Making the photon emitter used in the study also required toxic raw materials, including arsenic, which required specialist handling. Doesn't stop them from making batteries for electric cars, though, does it? Plenty of toxic raw materials going to that, including the making, not just the mining, but the making of them with coal-fired power stations, ironically, to run the factories to make a zero-emissions vehicle. Fascinating. Yes, there's also safety concerns around the use of gallium arsenide, which the photon dot emitter was made from. Fisher Scientific, a supplier of laboratory equipment and chemicals for scientific research, lists gallium arsenide as hazardous for several reasons, including its carcinogenic properties. I'm thinking the carcinogenic properties would be a bit of a giveaway. You wouldn't need much else. Carcinogenic? No. But yeah, obviously we'll be able to, make this a lot safer in future, but it's good to see we've got a start. And I believe in starts. It's fascinating. The safety concerns relating to the use of these materials could limit the scalability of the methodology outlined. Viable alternative materials may therefore need to be identified in generating bright, entangled photons for future quantum communications network. The next stage in the development process will be integrate a diode-like structure into the piezoelectric actuator. This would allow an electric field to be generated across the quantum dots in order to counteract decoherence and therefore boost the degree of entanglement. Although there are many further steps to take in developing a quantum internet, successfully combining a photon emitter and a resonator to achieve photons with high brightness and entanglement is nonetheless a significant step forward, the scientists said. Really is. Really, really, truly is. It's fantastic. And as I say, I'm more of a systems analyst. There's a lot more smarter people out there that can build individual components, but I'm the guy who can sort of say, okay, have you ever thought of using that component for this? So I've got something in mind, and this little item over here and this one over here, and sometimes people just don't think that they could be used together to do different things, That's where my skill set lies, I'm putting together a computer system, I know enough about hardware to speak to hardware guys, but I'm not as knowledgeable as they are, but I have enough knowledge of coding to be able to speak to programmers, where the hardware guys would go, no idea, So I'm sort of a jack of all trades, master of none, got general knowledge everywhere. I remember when I was studying at college and I tried to specialize in certain areas, but I couldn't do it. I was just sort of, 5 out of 10 on a dozen subjects, those just passed massive amounts of subjects, but they were just, all these little, you have a past knowledge on this, and this, But I knew enough to say be able to speak to somebody who was an expert, networking or graphic designers for web design and stuff like that, to be able to communicate and be like a translator between different specialist skill sets. This would excite me. Yeah, imagine building a quantum, communication system like this. It'd be absolutely unbelievable. It's like Star Trek's predicted it again. Fascinating. All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science, Space and Tech News update. I shall see you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it if you're up for it. Drop a comment down below the video because I'd love to hear what you think. All right, take care. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
a most fascinating thing happened.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!